Hi, welcome to my channel, Zazaline, where we do practical sewing. My name is Janeta, and in today's tutorial, we are making another practical design, and it is the ID wallet. So I have designed this wallet based on my son's experience. I made him a nice wallet, and he went to the gym, and as he's working out, he has it in the pocket. It comes out and he loses his wallet a few times. So I was thinking, what shall I make so he doesn't lose it? So this is ID card. So this is made for when you are going to the gym, because you put the ID card here, and then it has 3 card slots, and it's secured with a strap. Then you have another zipper pocket on the side. It's fully lined for coins, for money, car keys, whatever you need when you go out. And it has elastic so he doesn't choke. So you can put it under your sweatshirt and nobody can see you are carrying anything. It's nice and safe in there. So anyways, this is what we are working on today. You can find this pattern on my website, zazalinestudio.com, and you can print out the PDF pattern and then you can sew along. I will be doing a modification of this ID card wallet, and I will make it a slightly bigger. The zipper is gonna be on the side, so it's gonna be similar but slightly adjusted. So that's gonna be on my next video. If you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe. If you love sewing practical things as much as I do, subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos. I do upload new video every week, and most of my patterns I usually keep them for free for several weeks, so you can download them, try them out, and then some I keep only for a few days, the more complicated ones, but the simpler ones like this one, I will keep this one for free. So yeah, if you don't want to miss any of the videos, please subscribe. And I think that's all I can say about this nice little ID card wallet. So let's get started. Okay, so as always, let's go over all the things that we will need. First of all, we will need the pattern, and you can find it on zazalinestudio.com. And then we will need a zipper. I'm using the metal snaps. I wouldn't recommend magnetic snaps because we are trying to keep the card secure. So the flap, you don't want the flap to open and release your cards. So I would suggest something more secure like the snaps. And I am using my elastic for this project, and the reason is this is for my son who started going to the gym, and he will put this ID card underneath his shirt, and just in case he gets stuck on some machine, or he gets stuck on the line, this is elastic, so it's not gonna choke him. So but you can use whatever you want. So let's start with the card slot. So you have this one long piece that you will have to put together. So it consists of 3 pieces, and you just have to glue them together. And these marks will help you identify which piece goes where. And so let's flip it the right side down. We are looking at the wrong side, and we are gonna make some marks. So put this on the top, just a little bit from the edge, and we are gonna mark these lines. Okay, so once you mark it on one side, then you are gonna move the paper a little bit higher, and you will do the same thing on the bottom here. And then we are just gonna connect the lines. Now we can take the pattern away. And now we see the marks and we will connect them. Okay, so just make sure that all the lines match up, and we can put this on the side. Okay, so just make sure that you have the top part on the top, because the top is a different size than the bottom. This one is a little bit smaller than the bottom part. So once we know that this is the top, what we are gonna do, we will fold it here. We will fold it like this on the line, and we will iron the first line. Okay, because this one is the fold in, and this other line is fold out. So then we can have a ruler. You will go on the line and just press down a little bit, and then remove the ruler. Okay, and that's our first fold. And then we have this fold here again, and that's fold in. So we can just simply do it like this. And then again, this one is the fold out. So the ruler, and let's press it down. And we will remove the ruler. There we go. And now we have the fold in line. Almost there. And this is gonna be the last one. You will take the ruler, go on top of the line, and you will fold it out. And again, a little press. And remove it. Okay, now we can press one more time and clip it in place to secure it. Hot, hot, hot. There, and our card slots are done. Okay, so once you have it clipped in place, we are gonna take panel A, and we want to make sure that it's matching, because they have to be the same. Okay, now we are gonna take it to the sewing machine, and we are gonna secure the edges. So we are gonna go about 3 millimeters, which is 1/8 of an inch. So we just want to make sure that these the card slots are secured. Okay, so once the card slot is secured and done, we will put it on the side. And now we are gonna work on the ID card or the PVC window. So we will need D and C, and we will need 1 piece of the clear vinyl and 2 pieces that will go on the side. So what we are gonna do, we will find the midline, and I am using my waxed canvas, so I can't really use the iron, so I will just wing it, and let's fold it in half, clip it in place. We will do the same thing on both sides. So I'm looking at the wrong side, the good sides together. I'll just press it with my fingers. And then we will slide it on the side, on the longer side, and clip it in place. So if you are using fabric that has a print, you are looking at the wrong side. And now we are gonna go back to the machine and we will sew a 1/2 centimeter or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So we are just gonna go right here on both sides. And because I'm using waxed canvas and the PVC and it kind of sticks, it doesn't glide nicely, so that's why I'm using my tissue paper, and I'm also using Teflon foot. Okay, so once we are done, we will open it up. And so now we are looking at the good sides. And because of the clear PVC, it doesn't like heat. We are not gonna apply any pressure. Usually I would iron it on, but not this time. So we just have to use our fingers, press it down, and clip it in place. Okay. And so once we have that, we will introduce new panel, and that's B. And we have 2 pieces. One's gonna go on the top and one on the bottom. So let's do a little bit of prep work for the top one. The bottom one is gonna be exactly the same thing. So we are just gonna fold it in half and do the same thing we did before. And we will clip it in place. Make sure you push it all the way to the edge. So that's the bottom, and you will do the same thing. So you're gonna go 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 centimeter across on the bottom. But on the top, we will use the iron and do a little prep work. So I'm gonna fold it in half. And this side I can use my iron on. I'm not going over the waxed surface. So once I have my midline, I will go and fold it in half again towards the midline. And let's do the same thing on this side. So we will go towards the midline. Because we are trying to have a nice edge on the top. There we go. Okay, so we are gonna place this in. So just slide it in, and that way we will have nice edge. Just try to make it in the middle. There are gonna be some pieces extended, that's okay. The sides are gonna be a little bit longer. Okay. And so first we are gonna start on the bottom. We are gonna go across. We will open it up, and then we will do this side. Okay, Okay, so once our window is done, so we top stitched on the top, on the bottom, and on the sides, we just folded it out. And now we are gonna take back the card slot and we are gonna align the bottom. So the bottom should be the same, and let's clip it in place. And we are just gonna go around, make sure it's all stretched out. And we are gonna clip the sides, and then we will take it to the sewing machine and we are just gonna attach the window to the card slots. So we are gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna go 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch around. So 1, 2, 3 sides. Okay, so there we go. We attach the card slots to the or the window to the card slots. Now I have a little trimming to do on the side. This is a little bit longer and that's fine if it's slightly longer. Okay. Okay, so you can trim the sides if they are a little bit longer, that's okay. And let's just try this card. Okay, so it's a nice fit. We are still gonna use a little bit like a 1/2 centimeter on the bottom, but this is a nice fit. And this is the first card slot, second and third. And again, we need a little bit of space on the top. So I am pretty happy how it looks. So let's put it on a side. And let's take F, which is the front flap. And we are gonna put both sides, good sides together, and we are gonna go around. We are gonna leave this open. And you can go, again, 1/2 centimeter, which is 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, just a little tip. It might not work for everyone, but it works for me. When I'm doing curves, I usually draw a line. So then I know how to, because sometimes, you know, you try to follow the sides, but it doesn't really work. So at least not for me. So I usually draw a line and then I try to follow the line. And it turned out pretty good. So anyways, now we are gonna do a little marks, just tiny little notches, because that's gonna help us to have a nice curve when we turn it inside out. Make sure you don't go close to the stitching. Okay, and then we can turn this inside out. Okay, so I turned it inside out. I used my little tool to push out the corners, and now we can go back to the machine and we can just top stitch. Okay, so once we have the flap ready, we are gonna prep the zipper, and we will need the actual zipper and the zipper sides or zipper ends. And what we will do, we will fold it in half, and again we are looking at the wrong side. We will push it in, clip it in place, and the other side exactly the same. So you are looking at the wrong sides. The good sides are facing each other, and you will push it all the way in to the edge of the zipper, and clip it in. And so once we have it clipped like this, we are gonna go 1/2 centimeter, which is 1/4 of an inch on both sides. Just a little note, I'm using number 3 zipper because the number 5 would be too big, but it's up to you, whatever you want to use. It's a smaller project, so smaller zipper would be more appropriate. And now we are gonna open up the sides. And the zipper is ready. Okay, so now we are going to attach the zipper, and for the A, we will need 1 exterior and 2 linings, because this is going to serve us as exterior fabric. So we are gonna, it says interfacing on my pattern, but interfacing only in a case that you have very thin material. We are trying to reduce the bulk in here. So even this card slot, I'm using cotton, and it's quite heavy cotton, so I can get away with no interfacing. But if you are using something very, very thin, I would still do the interfacing, just I would stay away from the seam allowance. So I would make the interfacing very narrow. And the lining pieces, I think they are fine without interfacing, and because I'm using cotton, not cotton, it is waxed canvas. It's a little stiff, so I don't need to use any interfacing on this. So let's put everything together. Okay, so now this is very important. So the direction of the card slots is facing the left side. The zipper head is facing the left side. And now we are just gonna flip it down and align the top edges. And this should be the same, so we don't really have to find any midpoint, because we can line up the sides. And we will clip it in place. And this is the reason why I didn't do interfacing. I try to keep it as thin as possible, because we are gonna have lots of layers here. So now we are gonna take it to the machine, and we are gonna do 1 centimeter, or try to get as close to the zipper as possible. Okay, so once the zipper is attached, we are gonna place the lining, and again align the top edges, the sides, and we are gonna attach the lining. And again, try to get as close to the zipper as possible. If you have a zipper foot, that would be ideal. Okay, so once we are done here, we will expose the zipper. So we will press this down, and we will do the same thing on the top. So we will need 1 of each. Okay, so now we are gonna place the other exterior panel, and we are looking at the wrong side, and the good side goes against the zipper. And again, line up the edges and the sides, clip it in place, and we will repeat the process. Try to get as close to the zipper as possible. Okay, and once we have the zipper attached to the external panel, we will take our lining and place it on top. And again, you are placing the good side down. You are looking at the wrong side of the lining. Clip it in place and let's stitch close to the zipper. Okay, so when we open it up, I mean the lining and the exterior panels, this is what we should end up with. We won't be able to do top stitching here. It is quite stiff. You can try if your machine will take it, but I don't think it will. But we can do this side. So we are gonna do top stitching on the right side. Okay, so the next step is to add the flap and the strap. So because I'm using my elastic, I just want to clean the edges a little bit. And usually what I do when I deal with straps, bibbing, elastics, I like to seal the edges. So just make sure you don't burn the house down. But yeah, that's nice. Let's do the other side. Okay, and both edges are nice and sealed. Good. So let's find the midline for, I'm just gonna wing it. I think it's somewhere in here. Let's clip it in place. And then I'm gonna add the strap. And your strap might be a little bit thinner. Whatever you are using, make sure it's not twisted. And let's just add it on. Don't forget, you will need about 1 centimeter on this side. So try to put it, I will put this all the way to the edge. And like I said, mine is a little bit thicker. Yours might not be. And mine is gonna overlap a little bit. Okay. And then we will take it to the sewing machine and we are just gonna stitch the top, the edge about 3 millimeters, 1/8 of an inch, just to attach these in place. Just a quick note, if you are attaching these, make sure the lining is out of the way. It has to be on the other side. Okay, so let's proceed to the next step, and that is the almost final step. So we are gonna wrap this inside so it's not in the way. And we can clip it in place. Okay. Now we are gonna place the exterior panels together. And they should line up nicely. So start right here where the zipper is. Find the midline, put them together, and then make sure this is not in a way, the strap. Here. If this is a little bit bigger, that's okay, we can cut it off. We just want to make sure the zipper side is gonna line up nicely. That's our starting point. Okay, and this is extending a little bit, that's fine. We can cut it off a little bit to make it the same length. And then we will do the same on the other side with the lining. And we are not going to sew the whole side. We will leave this much open, okay? And make sure you backstitch very well on the sides. Okay, so let's just go all around and let's leave this open. Okay, so once we went all around, we left this open. Now we are gonna cut the corners on all 4 sides. And now the fun part, let's flip it inside out and see how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks like. It is a very small ID wallet. We have a zipper on the side, and now what we have to do is close up the bottom and add the snap, and we are all done. Okay, so I closed the gap on the bottom. We can put the lining back in, push out the corners. Okay, and we have a little pocket for either keys or coins. And now the last thing is to add the snap. So I'm gonna use my metal snaps, and it's gonna go right here, and that's gonna hold the cards in place so they don't come out. Okay, so I added a snap to secure all the cards. So let's try how it looks like. So let's put this one in. This is the ID card, and easily we can clip it in place, and then you can add more cards here, here. So we have slot for 1, 2, 3 cards, and then 1 ID card. And there we go. We have a little pocket on the side, fully lined, and it's a very small ID holder, ID card, ID wallet, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna make one more video and I will adjust it a little bit, and I will make it slightly bigger. So what I want is the zipper to be on the side, and it's gonna be a little bit wider, but I try to keep this one smaller for my son. I will make one more for my husband, and the other one will have slight adjustments and will be a little bit bigger. So make sure you watch my next video if you want to see modified version of this one. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hopefully I will see you next time. And if you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.